What's up, MMA world, and welcome to JM Octagon, where we discuss everything mixed martial arts. Now, today we're going to talk about KHAMZAT CHIMAEV and what could be next for him. He just beat a number 2 ranked opponent by the name Gilbert Burns. Now, where does this put him? This puts him in a very awkward position, and it also puts UFC in a very awkward position, because here we have a number 11 ranked opponent beating a number 2 ranked opponent. So where are you going to put him in the world of rankings? Where are you going to place him, in relation to other great competitors that are in the welterweight division? Well, let's see. If we give him Michael Chiesa, who is now ranked number 10, he would be like, man, I just beat number 2 guy, so why do you want to bring me back to where I used to be? I should be fighting top 5. Well, Neil Magny has been calling KHAMZAT for quite some time, and if we deny Neil Magny that opportunity and boost his rank, that is KHAMZAT's rank, to top 5, well, how is that going to play around? Yes, he has beat Gilbert Burns, who is ranked number 2, a very dangerous opponent who people thought he was just going to run through like he has been doing, but that was not the case. That was not the case, and that is something that I'm going to talk about. It's the difference between experience, skills, against strength and power. KHAMZAT CHIMAEV won the fight purely based out of power and strength. We could see sometimes when Gilbert Burns tried to take him down, and he just stood there like a rock. Like he just shut him down like nothing just happened. And wrestling and grappling is some of the most difficult and energy draining tools you can use in MMA. But that did not happen. So what do we do with KHAMZAT CHIMAEV in this case? Should we put him against Jorge Masvidal, who is currently ranked number 7? That's basically a fall from grace for Jorge Masvidal. Or should we put him against Stephen Thompson, who is also a dangerous opponent? But how would he do against number 5 ranked opponent Belal Muhammad, Vicente Luque, or Leon Edwards? I think the fights that currently make sense for KHAMZAT CHIMAEV to take would be the top 5 opponent. That is Vicente Luque, ranked number 4, Belal Muhammad, Leon Edwards, Gilbert Burns, who he just beat, and Colby Covington. Well, if KHAMZAT CHIMAEV said that I just fed a 3-round, tough fight against a number 2 ranked opponent, so why don't you just try me with Colby Covington and see how I gauge myself, see how I rank myself against Covington? I'm pretty sure UFC would give him that opportunity, and I know there's already a bad blood existing between Colby Covington versus KHAMZAT CHIMAEV, so this puts us in a very interesting situation. This puts us in a very kind of awkward, at the same time we want to see how exactly KHAMZAT CHIMAEV would fare against the most dangerous in the division, which is Colby Covington, leave alone Usman, because we will get there yet. But before we put him against either number 1 or the current champ Usman, there are a few things that KHAMZAT CHIMAEV needs to adjust. Number 1, his striking. All along we haven't seen KHAMZAT CHIMAEV go 3 rounds or 5 rounds. All we know is that he knocks people out within fractions of a second in the first round. And that has worked great for him. That has, made him who he is to date. But how would he do against Colby Covington, one of the most dangerous cardio machines that we can ever witness? How about Usman, the Nigerian nightmare? I don't want him to get into these fights fast. I would first like him to build his resume, build his skills. Remember, he's a very young dude. He still has got a lot of fights left in him, and rushing him to the title fight or to a belt, as much as it is good for him in terms of publicity and selling fights, it could also be a very dangerous thing for him because he could end up fighting the top two, which is Covington and Usman, and then loses both, and now he has to go back in the rankings to the bottom of the barrel. Well, while at the same time, if he picks fights like, Neil Magny, except that fight, he takes Sean Brady, takes him out in round 2, Jorge Masvidal knocks him out, Stephen Thompson, finishes him in round 2, Belal Muhammad, then slowly by slowly you're building him to be exactly where he should be, how he should be fighting. He's gaining more experience along the way, he's gaining more striking, grappling, and ability to hang with the most dangerous in the division. That would be the best case scenario for him, but I know that is not the route that UFC is going to take with him. So all well and good, and we're wishing him all the best. But before he faces Colby Covington, the cardio machine, what are some of the adjustments that he needs to work on? Number 1, his head position. Obviously, his head position. He doesn't move well. I don't expect him to be moving like Michael Tyson, bobbing and weaving his head. That would be good for him, because you get to dodge some straight punches like that. But fighting Gilbert Burns gave us that experience. It gave us an opportunity to witness him thrive. I mean, try to survive under difficult circumstances, which he managed purely out of strength and power that I was talking about. But skill-wise, I think he is still lacking, and you probably agree with me on this. Skill-wise, he's not there yet. He still has got a lot of fight, as I said, and he's a great fighter. He's done it all. He's beat number 2 opponent, a ranked opponent in the UFC, which is like the top of the totem pole, where he exactly wants to be. But to do himself a favor, I would first like him to take at least the top 10 opponents, take out at least 3 or 4 of them before he fights Colby Covington or Usman Kamaru. Now, number 2. Yes, his grappling is good. Yes, he's powerful. But how would he fare against a cardio machine like Colby Covington? Somebody who doesn't quit. At a 3rd round against Gilbert Burns, we saw him getting tired. We saw his cardio not holding up, throwing punches, just winging, in a hope that he will learn something, that is going to change the course of the fight, which didn't really happen. So going against somebody like Colby Covington, the cardio machine, would be dangerous for him as of now. Now, Colby has got skills. Colby has got experience. His grappling is amazing. Probably one of the best. The only person who has taken him down, very few people have taken Colby Covington down, but he has been taken down. The challenge is keeping him on the ground. Super difficult. He always finds his way back up. Now, so that is one thing that is definitely going to give KHAMZAT Chimaev a problem, especially as the fight continues, into the deep dark stages. Round 3, round 4, round 5. When Colby is now at his zone and KHAMZAT Chimaev feels like, oh boy, why did I get myself into this? Those are the moments that, makes me a little bit worried about KHAMZAT Chimaev. He's a good fighter, he's amazing, he just won, props to him, congratulations. But, the top of the food chain is filled with killers. These guys are dangerous as it can get. So I'm a little bit worried for him, especially when he's going to go against Colby Covington, which I know is the fight that is intriguing to both fans, UFC, and to him. Now, Covington has got skills. Covington has got amazing striking. For his weight class, for his division, for where he is, his striking is definitely better than Chimaev. Chimaev has got power, so that can definitely shut his light out within a fraction of a second. But when it comes to experience in striking, Colby Covington edges Chimaev by significant amount. Now, we also now know that Khamzat Chimaev can be hit. While I don't expect Covington to, put him to sleep, definitely, unless he chokes him out, but the volume is what Colby Covington will beat him with. Colby Covington puts an insane amount of pressure on his opponents. So Covington would definitely beat him on the numbers, on the scorecard. Colby Covington would definitely beat him on the wrestling. Cardio, definitely Covington wins. And striking as well, volume-wise, not power. Power, I think he can handle. He can bang with Colby Covington. Maybe unless it gets to the deep rounds where where it's purely won by heart. Yes, Khamzat Chimaev says that he's got heart, which he proved that he does. But how would he fare against when it gets to the championship rounds? Those are the rounds that worries me, and I think he needs to work on his cardio. Now, I talked about striking, I talked about wrestling, I talked about grappling, and the big difference here is going to be cardio. Colby is at a whole new level, man, especially given his fight experiences and even how he adapts and changes to suit the situation. Colby fought a totally different fight against Usman, which was amazing, which was brilliant, which was exactly what he needed to do. Now, Khamzat against Usman. Personally, I don't want to witness this because I think Usman would destroy him at present. I'm talking about now, the Khamzat that we saw fight Gilbert Burns. Covington has stopped basically everybody on, in the top 5. And he's fought amazing fight. He's beat them all. He's destroyed them all. And Colby Covington was one of the guys who gave Usman a tough run for his money, but he still couldn't finish Usman. So Usman is definitely going to destroy him. Usman is a cardio machine. He's striking. We saw how Khamzat doesn't move his head. I mentioned that already. And Usman puts people down with straight punches, with jabs. Now, what else can Khamzat do? I think Khamzat is blessed with height. Khamzat is blessed with a body that can really be great. If he can start to use his hands to gauge the distance, this is something that John Jones has been using. People blame John Jones for poking people's eyes. I think he does it to gauge his length. Only that poking eyes is now coming as an added advantage or an added disadvantage to his opponents because he's winning kind of dirty, in a dirty way. But this is one of the ways that he needs to implement in his game. Use your range, use your height, use your reach advantage to measure your distance. Use your hands to fight. We see people like Adesanya use it. We see John Jones has been using it for quite some time. Actually, all his life in the UFC, he's been stretching his hands, just gauging where his opponent is. Khamzat also doesn't know how to what to do when he's getting leg kicked, and that's a problem. He needs to address that. He needs to check kicks. He needs to respond to kicks. He needs to move away. If he can't check kicks, just move away. Come, strike, leave. Come, strike, leave. Go in angles. Take angles. Adjust the game based on your opponent. What your opponent is doing is what you need to read, and that is what we saw missing in Khamzat Chimaev's fight. Ladies and gentlemen, if you thought this was an amazing breakdown, I would like to hear your opinion. Please leave a comment, ask questions, and I'll be glad to respond to those questions on Fridays. And also, if I would like to request you to please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, like, and I'll be making more of these breakdowns to see how different fighters can adapt or adjust to different opponents. As at now, we know that Khamzat Chimaev is a tough dude. He's got a lot of fight left in him, but still needs some improvement under areas that I've mentioned. Thank you guys for tuning in. Till next video. Bye now.